The first thing I noticed was the silence. A heavy, wrong kind of silence, like the world was holding its breath. I was jogging along the trail behind Lakewood Park, the same trail I'd run 1,000 times. Same trees. Same gravel crunching under my shoes. Same cold wind biting at my face. But that day, something felt different. A faint, broken whisper reached me. Help. Someone, help. I skidded to a stop. Just off the trail, near a fallen bike, was a young woman, mid-20s. Her long chestnut hair was tangled in leaves, and one hand pressed against a bleeding cut on her forehead. Her helmet was cracked straight down the middle. She looked up weakly at me, and my heart skipped. Hey, stay with me, I said, dropping to my knees. I'm going to help you. I'm fine, she mumbled before collapsing sideways. Panic slammed through me. Her pulse was fast, shallow. Her breathing uneven. Her lips were pale, the worst sign. I'd taken a basic wilderness first aid course years ago, and suddenly, every lesson I thought I'd forgotten rushed back. I tilted her chin, checked her airway, listened for breath. Nothing. I had no choice. I leaned forward and started rescue breaths too slow, steady breaths to get oxygen back into her system. On the second breath, her eyes shot open. What? What are you doing? Did you just kiss me? She whispered, shocked. I froze. I wasn't kissing you, I stammered. You weren't breathing. I was giving first aid. Confusion softened into realization, then embarrassment, then a hint of gratitude. Oh, I was actually out, she said softly. You fainted, I said gently. You scared me half to death. She let out a shaky laugh. Wow. First time someone saves my life by technically kissing me. I laughed, even though adrenaline still shook my hands. Not how I imagined my morning jog, I said. She tried to sit up, but her leg wobbled uselessly. Can't feel my foot, she whispered. My chest. It's tight. You might have sprained your ankle in the fall. Let me check. Her face tightened with pain at the slightest touch. Definitely swollen, I said. I fashioned a splint using 2 sticks and my sweatshirt sleeve, fingers numb from cold and worry. I helped her the best I could. You're surprisingly good at this, she said. I just try to help where I can. I replied. She looked at me, really looked. It wasn't embarrassment anymore. It was the kind of look someone gives when they realize there's still kindness in the world. My name's Emily, she whispered. I'm sorry I panicked earlier. No apology needed, I said. If I woke up to a stranger's face that close, I'd probably scream too. She smiled. Small, but genuine. I helped her up slowly, supporting her as she leaned on me. Hesitant at first, then trusting. We made our way to the main path where an elderly couple called for help while waiting for the ambulance. Emily said softly, you know, most people would have walked past. Pretended they didn't hear me. I'm not most people, I said quietly. Her eyes studied mine, and I forgot about the cold wind and the ache in my arms. You saved my life, she whispered. You didn't even know me. You just needed help, I said. Her eyes welled with tears, not from pain, but from something gentler. I moved to this city 6 months ago, she said. Haven't met many kind people. I was starting to think kindness was disappearing. It's not gone, I said softly. It's just quieter than the noise. But it's still there. When the ambulance arrived, the paramedics took over. As they lifted her onto the stretcher, she suddenly reached for my hand. Wait, she said. Can you come with me? Just until I know I'm okay. I didn't hesitate. Of course. During the ride, she held my hand lightly, afraid I'd disappear if she let go. At the hospital, after scans and bandages, she looked at me with that same searching, tender gaze. This morning started with a crash, and somehow ended with someone holding my hand, she said. I felt my cheeks warm. "I'm just glad you're okay," I said. "Can I see you again?" She asked, her smile small but sincere. "Yeah," I said, trying not to grin like an idiot. "I'd like that." She squeezed my hand. "Good people like you make the world feel safe." As I left the hospital hours later, she called after me. "Next time, if you ever kiss me, I hope I'm awake to notice." I laughed down the hallway. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness, a detour, a moment of courage, a heartbeat's worth of compassion can change the direction of someone's life. On an ordinary day, with an ordinary choice, two strangers crossed paths, and kindness became the start of something extraordinary.